3, 2, 1. Live from Los Angeles, the entertainment capital of the world, it's the Talk Show Maven Tonight Show, starring Raven Blair Glover. Tonight's guests are Emmy Award-winning songwriter, best-selling author, and speaker, Janie Leidy. Dream coach, Debbie Spector-Weissman, here to help you discover what your dreams are really about. America's LinkedIn expert, social media coach, award-winning best-selling author, Ted Prodromo. And she's back. I'm talking about our very own love, sex, and happiness expert, Parrish Michelle Blair, sharing insider secrets on how to have more spice in your life. And now, we invite you to sit back, relax, kick your shoes off, grab your favorite drink, and get ready to have some all-around fun. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Raven.
TalkShow Maven. I am the founder of Amazing Women of Power, world's leading positive programming network, powered by Raven International. That handsome guy is my husband. That's Khalik Vision, Khalik Glover, my lover. Absolutely. And he is a Grammy award-winning mixing engineer, worked with the best of best, Michael Jackson, Prince. We could go on. And I couldn't do it without him. And of course, we have Lee here from Blue Jeans. I think he's still here and he's been helping us. We have a awesome lineup, and we're going to start bringing them in soon. And I can't wait. You know, we got Janie Leidy here. Oh my goodness. We got Parrish Michelle Blair. We got Ted Prodromo, and we got Debbie Spector-Weissman. And this is the Talk Show Maven Tonight Show. And if you guys are ready to get started, say, I'm ready. I'm ready. I've been ready. Tip our hat and all that stuff. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Raven. Hey, I love the hat you're sporting.
Oh, my hat wrap. We'll talk about that later. Absolutely. This has been a day.
Yes. Well,
and I know you know about technology because you're like Khalik, you're an engineer, so you run into anything. Have you ever been on a show before and something happened? What's your weirdest, most technical story you can share?
Well, gosh, let's see. I would say actually that I was doing a live performance at Christmas time, and someone pulled the fire alarm. And so everyone on stage had to exit the building in the middle of a big production.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
That's big.
Yeah, it wasn't a good situation.
I don't feel so bad then.
Right. You're doing a great job. I know.
Well, I always tell people you never know what's going to go on. Just be ready. I think at the beginning of our video, it says, get ready. We need to change that to be ready because you never, ever know. But you never get tired of it. I mean, there's something about the power of the mic for me that I just love being able to get my heartfelt message out and bring amazing people like you on to share our story and stuff. And I actually kind of like it when people get to see it raw. Because it's real life. It's real life, guys. It's a great world we're in.
Yeah, and right now everybody's trying out the new social media stuff, and I think it's good for them to see it in action and see, you know, we're not perfect, we're making some mistakes, but we're learning it, and it's a great platform.
And you know, don't wait to be great. By the way, we're gonna have to do it from your end because I can't do it from my end. And I know I want to hear them. So when we take a break and we bring someone else on, maybe we can figure it out because we wanted to hear it. I'm actually going to see if I can just pull it up here. but we'll see. But one of the things that I talk about, you know this, Janie, you've been at my events, and the people tuning in that know it, is don't wait to be great. And this is what I want you guys to see. I mean, obviously, I would love to have a perfect show, but in a perfect world, that would be great. But you know what I find? Most people don't do what they want to do because they're trying to dot the I's and cross all the T's and make sure everything lines up. And that's just not the real world.
Right.
It's just not, you know. So
Yeah.
what you got to say about that? I mean, have you been sometimes you've been scared, scared, didn't
Oh
want to go
yeah.
out there?
Absolutely. One of probably the scariest leaps of faith that I ever took in my life was leaving college and flying from San Francisco to Seattle, Seattle to Anchorage, Anchorage to Bethel. Planes kept getting smaller. Bethel to Quigillingok, Alaska, fly-in only village, off the Cessna onto a dog sled pulled by a snow machine out to my village housing to teach the native Eskimo kids music in a village where it was 40 below and, no running water and a little honey bucket for going to the bathroom and all that. That's a leap of faith. And that's,
That's your book too. We're gonna talk about that. The leap of faith, 8 daily habits of power to power up your leap. But
yeah,
really, that's the leap of faith. You just gotta take it. You know, you gotta take it. And that means taking the good, the bad, and the darn right ugly right along with it. It's called
yeah.
life happenings.
Yeah. Well, Von Gutta says, whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has
Mhm.
genius, power, and magic in it. Begin it now. And the thing is, once you step out in faith and you begin something, baby step or giant leap, like a myriad of things come your way that you couldn't dream would have come your way, but you gotta begin it. And that's
You
where the
got to
magic.
begin it and begin it now. Don't put
Exactly.
on that. Yeah, don't wait to be late, or it may be too late. And that too late can mean anything. You could have missed your opportunity. It doesn't mean anything drastic necessarily. It could be you missed your opportunity. You know,
Right.
while you thought about it and was snoozing, you lost.
Yeah,
Somebody else did it. I mean, that's what
exactly.
happened with me with my hat accessory invention, which we'll talk about later. You know, I just acted on it. I know that's probably you when you come up with your songs. You know, you're just going with what's inside and you're
Yeah.
going with it. You know,
Hmm.
but it sometimes, if have you ever found that if you hold back, you're like, you hear something on the radio, damn, I was thinking about that, but
Yeah.
they did it.
I wanted to write that. Darn it.
I was supposed to do that. What's
Yeah.
up with that? You know, I
Right.
learned the hard way. So that's why I'm a big sticker on that. Welcome to the show. We're excited that you're here. I know that you guys out there are saying, stick to talking, Raven. Don't sing. Don't sing at all. But we're glad you're here. You have done so much in along your journey, And we're just going to touch a little bit on it. Now, like I said, I know you have a bestseller. You are a best-selling author now. How
Yes.
does that feel?
Well, that feels pretty darn good. And I think the reason I'm excited about it is that, when you want to make a difference in as many people's lives as you can, every
Mm-hmm.
accolade that comes along, for me, I feel like God wove things into my life, whether it's the Emmy or the best-selling author. He weaves those into my life so that I can then reach more people, because with accolades, come opportunity. And, people want to have you on their show. People want to have you on their stage. And, it's just easier to reach more of the masses when you have those accolades. So it's pretty fun.
Okay, so how did you get started on this music journey? I mean, did you lay in the crib when you were little and you just started singing lullabies, or what happened?
Well, my mom, she's 86. She's going to be 87 years old in January. She
Mm-hmm.
was a singer and a piano player. She did everything by ear because she was blind. And she sang to us all the time when we were growing up. She would come tuck us in at night and just always have a song and a story and then a laugh. I mean, she would just laugh with us. And so I think I started singing very early. And when I was 9, I heard the song "I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing" on the Coca-Cola commercial, and I remember thinking, "Oh my
Oh, okay.
God!" I'm like,
I
"Oh
remember
my
that song. I'm not going to dare sing it. You guys remember that song? You can hear it in your
God, like to
head.
teach the world to sing in perfect harmony." And it was just one of those things that like made the hair raise up on my arms. I thought, I'm gonna write a song like that someday. I wasn't even a musician yet, but I just felt this feeling inside that, oh my God, I want to play the guitar. I want to write a song. I want to have a commercial like that. And sure enough, one day after, starting guitar at 12 and majoring in music, and my dad put me through great music schools and then getting my teaching career going, I ended up writing a song, teaching it to my choir. And it was the same kind of thing, the multicultural thing, lots of different cultures coming together and singing a song about hope and kindness and peace. And so it's weird how like, you can feel something so strongly. And I think that's kind of God's whisper. You got to
Yeah.
listen to the whisper, because when you feel something that makes your
Mhm.
heart go and your hair
Yeah.
raise up on your arms, you got to go for it. So that's why I
Yeah.
did.
Absolutely. Listen to that voice inside to guide you, and it's very quiet, so you have to be very still sometimes. Do you meditate?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It
Yeah.
took me a while to get used to meditating because I'm like, I'm always going, going, going. My son used to say all the time, Mom, you need to stop and, you need to stay still. You need to meditate. And it never happened. I was always going until my mother got sick and was in the hospital, for those 3 weeks, and I was forced to sit still, you know. So sometimes I believe things happen to us to wake us up, girl. What you got to say
Absolutely.
about that? Stop us
Yep.
in our tracks. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Because we're too busy and we're not listening to that voice inside.
Yeah.
So let's talk about leap of faith.
Leap of faith. Well, I'm going to pull my book up here. So, Leap of
And I'm going
Faith.
to put it up here too. There you
Yeah.
go.
Leap of Faith, 8 Daily Habits to Power Up Your Leap, is, it's my second book. And I always do a CD to go with it, because whatever message I'm talking about in the book, I always end up being inspired to write a song that matches that message. And I think it's important for us all to lean into our gift. So I have
Mm-hmm.
been really leaning into my gift as a songwriter and a recording artist. And in my book, each chapter ends then with a song. And I almost didn't do the CD this time. On my first book, I had the book and the companion CD. And my husband said to me one day, just over a glass of wine in the kitchen, he said, "So how's your second book coming along? And are you doing a CD with it?" And I said, "Well, I have all the songs and I'm going to put the songs in the chapters, the lyrics." But I said, "We don't really have the budget right now to do the CD." And he looked at me and he's like, "Oh my gosh, no, 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 no." He goes, "I don't care. I'll sell a car. I'll work extra, hours, whatever we have to do." He goes, "That's your signature. That is it's your thing. It sets you apart and makes you unique." He says, "You have to do it." So I went to Nashville and I recorded my songs to go with it. And this is fresh out just last month. Glenn Morshower wrote my forward. John Carter
Oh,
Cash.
great. Yeah,
And
I
John
remember that.
Carter
Yeah.
Cash, remember we had John on the show.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. I'll be airing that again this winter. It
yeah.
was great.
Yeah, so
On.
he was wonderful. He read the book and wrote a quote for me, and so that's on the back of the book. And I also have 8 special guest authors that just contribute a story that relates to the message. So it's all about finding why you're here. What's your passion? What is it that you love in life? And then losing your fear, leaping with faith, and living the life of your dreams.
Living the life with your dreams. I know you're going to play us a song. You're going to come back later and play us one. But before you do that, you know, I got to ask you this. Why are you so passionate about spreading the word, your message to others? I mean, I know that's a daily habit of yours. So inquiring minds wants to know, Miss Janie Lighty, why? What's your why, girl?
My why is, okay, first of all, I am the luckiest girl in the world. I grew up with amazing parents. They met when they were 5 and they were storybook, happy and so in love. And I have 3 sisters and a brother that are just so loving and nurturing. And we all build each other up. And when I started teaching, and I started seeing the effect I was having on kids daily, like um, the ability to help them lean into their gift, to help them, leap from a mountaintop and know that they'll grow their wings on the way down. They say leap and the net will catch you. Seeing what I was able to do for students every single day made me feel almost like a responsibility to step out of the safety and comfort of my own classroom and make the world my classroom. Because to me, the most important thing in every present moment is, how can I serve? How can I be of service to other people and make them experience more joy and more success in their life? So that's why I wrote the book, because I've got these 8 daily habits that people are always like, oh my God, Janie, how come you're so lucky? How come you're so blessed? I'm like, it isn't luck. It's the way I live my life on a daily basis. It's with gratitude. It's with imagination. It's with love. It's with laughter. It's with compassion and kindness and all these things. So, and it's also my very first chapter is act as if. Act as
I
if.
love that.
Act
Yeah.
as if you're going to have a day filled with blessings and miracles. And guess what? If you really believe it, they show up. Some people need to see it to believe it, but that's backwards. If you believe it, you will see it. And my special guest author for that chapter is Craig Duswalt, my mentor, and of course you're part of the mastermind.
I love
And
Craig. Let's stop right now. And at the
yes,
count of 3, let's say, hey, Craig. A 1, a 2, a 3. Hey, Craig.
Craig.
We love you. Okay, good. And the
So
Rockstar Mastermind. Yeah, but go ahead. I had to do that. You know me.
yes, absolutely. We have the most incredible mastermind, the Craig Duswalt Rockstar Mastermind, about 175 just incredibly beautiful people, all wanting to serve and make the world a better place. And so
That's
Craig
what we
is my
do.
guest author in Act as If, and he says, always say yes and figure it out as you go, and always do your best in case someone's watching. And it's like if you act as if you're going to have success, you're going to have success.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And you've had so much success. It's amazing. I mean, you're a Grammy Award winning music educator and an Emmy Award winning songwriter, now
Mhm.
a best selling author. I'm so jealous, but I'm going to catch up. Yes, I am.
Yes, you
And
are.
you know what? I'm going to let you sing a song, and then we're going to bring Ted Prodromo in. And then you're going to come back later because I know you got a really funny story, and we're just going to tease the audience with this. You're gonna want to
Okay.
hear it, right, Janie? They're gonna want to
Okay.
hear it. So stay
Yeah.
tuned. And before you sing your song, I would like to ask each and every one of you to hit the like or love. Do you know love will give you higher ranking? So hit the love, show us some love. Me and Janie and the rest of our guests here, we have love, sex, and happiness expert Parrish Michelle Blair will be joining us. Ted Patromo is coming on, LinkedIn expert. You got to hear this. And then Debbie Spectre Wiseman, oh my God, that she has some great information you are gonna want to hear. You are gonna want to hear. Did I say gonna? Yes, I do. And I will drink to that gonna. Oh, yes, I will. Because you're gonna want to hear what she has to say about dreams. So bottoms up. No, I'm just kidding. What are you
The
gonna
song
be singing for us?
I'm going to share a song called Abundance from the new album. It's in the book, and it was actually co-written. The lyrics were co-written with my friend Cindy Baldwin. The song came to life at a faith-based event called Create Your Magnificent Year with Marianne Amen. If you have not looked up Marianne Amen, check her
Miriam,
out. She is
she's
very
amazing. Yes, she is.
amazing. Amen is
Yeah.
EHMEN. A-N-N, Amen. Marianne Amen. Anyway, we were talking about abundance and, like that old saying of money doesn't grow on trees. And we were thinking about how abundance really, truly does grow on trees. And Cindy all of a sudden hands me this piece of paper and it's got this beautiful line on it. It says, abundance does grow on trees. It runs in the grass. It swims in the seas. It is the ocean, the sun, and the breeze. Abundance does grow on trees. And I went, oh my God, I have to write a song. So I took that lyric, and that night, after everybody kind of went to bed, I just sat down and this song came pouring out. And it just, every song comes from inspiration. And I just want to say that Marianne Amen and Cindy Baldwin were really, truly the inspiration behind this. And so it's called Abundant. It's about abundance. And it's about, how you really do create your life rather than your life creating you.
There she is, Jeannie. Maybe you'll go, Jeannie, like.
Abundance does grow on trees. It runs in the grass and it swims in the seas. It is the ocean, the sun, and the breeze. Abundance does grow on trees. Create your day rather than your day creating you. Abundance does grow on trees. Blessings and miracles every single day. Abundance does grow on trees. And we create our own reality. We could be a mighty oak, if that is what we're called to be. We are royal, we are epic, beyond our wildest dreams. It's in the now, we have the power. Every minute, every hour. And that power is lined up with what we're called to do. It's in now, we have the power. Create your day rather than your day creating you. Abundance does grow on trees. Blessings and miracles every single day. Abundance does grow on trees. And we create our own reality. We could be a mighty oak, if that is what we're called to be. We are royal, we are epic, beyond our wildest dreams. Abundance does grow on trees. Abundance does grow on trees. Abundance does grow on trees.
Wow, that was amazing, amazing, amazing. You are so, so amazing. What you guys got to say about that? Say what? Say what? Say what? Calm down, calm down, calm down. Okay, she's coming back. She's coming back. Thank you, Janie. You're all that bag of chips and then some with some M&Ms on the side. How about that?
You're so adorable, Raven.
Hey, all right, girl. So enjoy your drink, and we're going to bring Ted back on, and then we'll take a commercial break and bring you back later. Okay?
All
Stay
right.
close. Okay, everyone. So now we're going to bring someone that I met I met him, I think, through Alex Mendoza, and I kept hearing him talk about this Ted and Prodromo, and he's this amazing LinkedIn expert. Actually, to be honest, they call Ted the American, the American, yes, the American LinkedIn expert. He's that good. He is so good at what he does. I'm in one of his courses, and I got to tell you, I was blown away at the stuff that I have learned through him in just a short time. And it's actually, to be honest, it's regarding profiles. So we're going to talk about that. So Ted, he's America's leading LinkedIn coach and author of Ultimate Guide to LinkedIn for Business and Ultimate Guide to Twitter for Business. Ted loves to travel, ski, hike, and bike. And I got to tell you, I got your pictures, but for some reason I can't get them right side up. And his life is his wife, Ellen. Hey, Ellen. And we're going to be talking to him about human to human connection. And I told him, when I seen him, I said, wow, you got great skin. Remember when I told you that? I said, he's got great skin, and you do. You look marvelous. You gotta love it, gotta love it. But welcome to the show, Ted Prodromo. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes, you are. You're a 1%er when you pronounce my name right, because 99% say it wrong.
Hey, blame it on this right here, because normally I probably wouldn't, but I practice. I do try to inspect what I expect, guys. I know it doesn't seem like it all the time, but I do. So welcome.
Thanks. I do love your hat. You got to tell us the story.
Oh, I am. I'm going to tell everybody after break. But you know what? Did we meet with Alex? I think it's in his MVP or PBI, one of the groups, huh?
I think we started at MVP and moved on to the push button influence, and then here we are.
We both have been big fans of Alex Mendoza for a long, long time. I know you and him do a meetup is it San Diego or
San Francisco area?
San Francisco. Yeah, because I wanted to come. I really did, but I wasn't able to get there. But we're going to get down there.
Every month, second Tuesday, we have it. It's free.
Second Tuesday? Okay, good. Yes, I want to come. I want to come more often. So I got to ask you, why LinkedIn? What got you started in LinkedIn?
I'll be honest. I was like everybody else. I signed up for an account, whenever it came out, 2006, I think. And I didn't do anything with it. I filled out my profile a little bit. But through one of my mentors, Perry Marshall, he found out I was into social media back when it was called Web 2.0, when Twitter was just starting out. And he wrote the best-selling book for Google AdWords from Entrepreneur Magazine. They said, we want a book on LinkedIn and a book on Twitter. So Perry calls me up, says, hey, you want to write a book with me? Write 2 books with me. I'm like, sure, why not? Long story short is Perry said, I'm not even on LinkedIn, so I can't put my name on that. You just write the book. That's how I got the book. Crazy.
Well, that was an opportunity. He made you step up, as I call it. He made you step up, show up, and grow up.
Yes.
Sometimes we have to be, yeah.
This is the second edition. This was a bestseller, so you have 2 bestsellers on tonight.
Oh my God!
So that's actually my 3rd book.
Okay, so
and
show us the book again.
Yeah. This is the 2nd edition.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
And I have a Twitter version of that too. So.
Okay. So you got the hang of LinkedIn, and you said, well, since I got LinkedIn, I might as well get Twitter. Lick that too, huh?
Right. Yep.
My kind of guy.
Figure it out as you fly. I was on Twitter at the beginning, and you can look up your first tweet. And this was way back when they first started. My first tweet was making friends. I looked that up and I was like, I would never say that to anybody or tweet that. Why would I tweet that? And that's what my first tweet, making friends.
Oh, really?
It was like,
Making friends.
how
Well,
profound, right?
human to human connection, huh?
Most people's first tweet is my first tweet.
I got so much to learn with social media. I mean, I really need to stick to the talk show host stuff because that's what I love. That's what I do. And despite everything falling down on me, I'm able to bounce back. It's something about this microphone. But put me on social media, I do just about everything wrong. So let's start with that. I know one of the things, as soon as I jumped into your course that I shared with you, was I noticed what you were saying about the profile. And that's the starting point on LinkedIn,
Yeah.
probably on Twitter and probably on all of them, right?
Everywhere in life. When you meet somebody in person, the first impression is everything, right?
Yeah, yeah. So what's the do's and don'ts? Let's start with a few don'ts. How about that?
Okay. The first do is you got to have a good picture because that's the first thing people see. So, you wearing your hat would be perfect for your LinkedIn profile, actually, because you wear a hat like that, different hats. So
I do have my hat and I have my microphone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always have my microphone, my Amazing Women of Power microphone.
Yeah.
And I have my hat on. Yeah, absolutely. So you guys take a good picture, headshot, or it doesn't matter, body shot, doesn't matter.
No, like I spoke at a convention in Dallas a couple of years ago. Home inspectors, the 500 home inspectors in the room. They wanted to learn LinkedIn. They said, what should we put for our profile picture? Should I put a suit on? I said, no, it's what you go to work in. It's usually the collared shirt with their logo on it.
Yeah.
That's appropriate.
They need to brand themselves for what they do, huh?
Right.
Makes sense.
If you're a singer, you wouldn't want to wear. Go ahead. What?
No, I was saying it doesn't matter what your field is. You can still use social media.
Right.
Who would have thought, Inspector, we have someone out there, Reggie Lasigno, he's into that business. So, okay, so we want to have a good picture. We want to brand ourselves. What about the background? Because remember what I told you about my background? It was so funny, guys. My profile, views profile, whatever it is, had dropped really low. And then I decided to do this thing like, I think I'll change my banner. And it skyrocketed back up. I mean, and I was like, okay, I'll change it back. But I forgot which one it was, so I keep changing it.
Well, just keep trying one a week and see till you hit a winner.
Who would have thought it was something like that, though? Something as small as that.
Well, the secret to that is whenever you make updates on your profile, it sends a message to everybody you're connected and say you have a new job or you have an anniversary for your job or something like that.
Yeah, you got to cut that thing off.
Right. Or if you want people to notice you turn it on and make some changes and it sends a message. And one time a friend of mine did that. He just changed something in his job title. He'd been there 23 years. He's a college professor. And he changed one little thing in his profile and he got over 1,000 people send him a message, say, hey, congratulations on your new job. He goes, I didn't change jobs. Been in the same job for 23 years. But he got attention.
Yeah.
Oh, over 1,000 people in a week congratulated him on his new job.
Wow. So what do we need to do once people do connect with us? What do we do after that? When they connect, what do we do? Say, okay, thanks for connecting.
Right. No, you do. You actually, like we're having this conversation here and you have this great show and all these guests. You talk to each other.
Yeah.
Like we're sitting at Starbucks having a cup of coffee. Treat people like they're humans on the other end.
Yeah.
We're not, we're not little computer bots at the other end. We're actually human beings that we want to know people, get to know, like, and trust. And that's the biggest mistake people make on the computers. They get behind here like we're on this thing. There's nobody in this room with me right now, so I treat you differently for some reason because you're at the other end.
Yeah. It's just so people treat people different online and what you're saying than if they were sitting at Starbucks.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. You get the messages, people just trying to sell you stuff because they think,
Yeah.
to send her 1,000 emails.
Who's going to sell who most of the time. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just thinking right now, I think you would be great on Twitter. Just the things you say.
Oh, thank you. And you heard
And then-
that from American's LinkedIn coach and
Right.
expert. Yeah. Hey, Ted, let me ask you this. How do we build really? And can you give us just like 3 of your best tips? And then we're going to tell people where they can get your books, your best-selling books. How can people build a stronger professional network of virtual friends?
Well, the big thing is when it's connecting with people, don't just click the button and say connect. Write a message and say, hey, Raven, I noticed your profile. I love your hat. Let's connect and see how we can help each other.
Okay. Keep it real.
And people
Be real.
people like that.
Yeah, yeah. Always start with a compliment, is what I've learned. And this is the same thing when I'm doing my irresistible ask any of my guests. And I teach my clients all the time. Part of the irresistible ask is to always find something to compliment. You know, I love your colors on your website. You don't have to, you just find something that you can authentically say, because there's something about everybody and that we can say that we like. If not, we shouldn't be reaching out to them anyway, if we really feel that way, you know.
Right.
So to establish yourself as a strong expert in your niche like you did, you know, so we can say have America. I like that, you know, America's. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. So how does one establish themselves as the expert that knows it, and they got their thing together, they feel in their power, and they're being recognized without forcing people to recognize?
Well, consistency is the key. Just keep reaching out to people, putting things on social media. I have excerpts of my book going out on Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook. So consistently, people keep saying your brand out there. And this is what one of my mentors told me. My coach said, just call yourself America's leading LinkedIn coach. We looked it up on Google and nobody was using that. Said, hey, you've written 2 books on LinkedIn. You're recognized as well. You speak all over the world on LinkedIn. Why not just say it? So I started calling myself that. And nobody's questioned it. It's been 3 years.
Yeah, well, what did they say? Who was the first person that called Muhammad Ali the greatest? He was, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, same thing with me at TalkShow Maven, where actually Lynn Rose said, because I had so many shows, she said, Raven, you're the radio Maven. And when I was on my way back home on the airplane, I was like, I like that, but I don't want to limit myself to radio because one day I want to be TV. And that was in 2008. It took me all these years because I was forced to get on video because that's the way the trend was going. You got to go with the trend, right? And
Right.
then so I started calling myself Raven the Talk Show Maven early on because I knew that, you know, I was going to want more. I wasn't going to settle for just having the radio. So Ted, I want to thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate you. Is there anything I haven't mentioned you want to mention, like where to get your book? And then we're going to take a break. And if we have time, we're going to come back on, but we lost so much time. But I stay because if I can bring everybody on before we close, I love it. If nothing else but to take a drink, okay?
Yeah.
So get your wine. Yeah. So tell us real quickly where we can get your book, and then we're going to take a quick commercial, and then we'll bring Debbie Spector Wiseman and Parrish Michelle Blair on.
Yeah. Well, Amazon, you can get my book, but you can actually get it on my website. It's a lot cheaper there on my website. So, so you can get it on my website, thesocialmediaguy.com.
Thesocialmediaguy.com. Thesocialmediaguy.com. Spell your name for them, no, because we want them to find you on LinkedIn too. So
Yeah. It's P as in Paul, R-O, D as in David, R-O-M-O-U.
MOU. Yeah, love it.
Yep.
And you guys, your course, they can get the replays of that, or can they still get in there or do the trial, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, go to my website. All that stuff's there.
All that stuff there. Okay, so we'll take a quick commercial break. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we'll be back right after this quick commercial break.
Ladies and gentlemen, Time to turn it up. We've got more exciting guests, more fun, and more surprises. So, welcome back to the Talk Show Maven Tonight Show with celebrity interviewer, award-winning host, the queen of interview marketing and conversion, Raven Blair Glover. Ladies and gentlemen, time to turn it up. We've got more exciting guests, more fun, and more surprises. So, welcome back to the Talk Show Maven Tonight Show with celebrity interviewer, award-winning host, the queen of interview marketing and conversion, Raven Blair Glover.
Welcome back. This is the Talk Show Maven Tonight Show, and we're so glad you're here. We had Janie Lighty, Parrish, Michelle Blair, Ted Prodromo, and Debbie Wiseman. Okay, you are live, and we're going live right now. Hey, Parrish. How are you? Well, they are doing good. We got your lovely pictures showing up, and I apologize. I forgot you had to go, but we wanted you to talk about having and adding a little bit more spice to your life because you're the love, sex, and happiness expert. So we're getting ready for the holidays. You know, there's a lot of cranky people during the holidays. We got to face a lot of people that we really don't want to face. So what you got to share with everybody for having, a little bit more spice in their life?
So I think that the most important thing is for people to remember that with the work schedule and the holiday schedule and the kids being off to school and the shopping and, just all of the mayhem that happens as we build that energy for the holidays, you got to remember to keep it sexy. You have to remember to stay connected with your mate. It's really important that you make that eye contact, that you have that affection, that you make the time to cuddle, because sometimes what happens is we take for granted that this 3-month period between October to December, that, it's just what couples go through. You just don't spend that time. You get dressed up, you throw on a holiday dress and make it to the parties, but there's really no chemistry flowing. In fact, sometimes people are at parties and they have attitudes with each other. So I remember that most of the things that are maybe irritating you about your mate or that you're not satisfied or happy with about your level intimacy lifestyle, that remember the holidays kind of messes up everything. Our finances, it kind of disturbs that a little bit. It kind of throws us in the like you said, into the family structure of some uncomfortable interactions with family members that maybe you're not prepared for. Keep your center. First of all, keep your center in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Remember your breath work. Remember, I really love what, oh my gosh, I'm going to mispronounce her name. At the beginning, everything she's saying is, Jamie, is what I live as a lifestyle, because it really is practicing how you want. Rehearse your tomorrow tonight before you go to bed. If you're going into the holiday season, let's say fast forward a month or so, before you go to Thanksgiving, before you engage with your mate and address the awkward conversation about things that you want to improve on, rehearse feeling that you're already past that point and you had a great holiday. get together with the family with really no hiccups or major drama going on, that you had a great conversation and you're at the end of it and you're spooning with your mate. Practice feeling what that feels like the night before, and you go right into your tomorrow like it's already the way that you rehearsed, and it will be. Like you said, it's exactly the way that you rehearsed. So even if you want a hot date with your man or a hot date with your lady, and you're feeling like, well, you don't know if they're going to make the time, don't get in your mind about the what if it doesn't work out. Practice feeling like it already did work out, and then put your all into it. Let go of the attitude that you might have and energy that you pick up along the way throughout your day. Don't bring that to your mate. It's time to relax, release, and enjoy each other. You can always do that anytime. You don't have to. I believe in Friday date night. Do you and Khalid do that, Raven?
No, we definitely need to. We definitely need to, for sure.
Well, Friday date night, it doesn't have to be outside of the house. It could be starting with each other at the grocery store, or walking with each other, with the dog, whatever it is. Reconnect, because if you have kids, if you have the business, whatever, remember you two were the source of all the good that you're enjoying now as a family, and you can't lose your relationship and all of that, especially going into the holiday season. Because right after the holiday season, after the first of the year, now we're focusing on our New Year's resolution or improving ourselves and our bodies and our health and all of that. So you don't want to put things before your relationship, because those symptoms will show up later around Valentine's Day. So if you want a good Valentine's Day with great intimacy and great sex, can I say? And all that, especially that
Of course you can say great what?
Build up every day.
Absolutely.
Just because it's gone a teddy or to lingerie, it goes deeper than that every day, all throughout the day.
Well, I love what you have to say. I know you're rushing, and I got to get Debbie in here too. But you'll be back next week with us, so we appreciate it. We're probably going to have Debbie come back next week too, because we're going to bring her on real quick. You're welcome to stay on the phone though if you want. Okay. Thank you, Parrish, Michelle, Blair, love, sex, and happiness expert. You're all that in the bag of chips too. We're so glad you're here. So thank you so much. She helps people understand their dreams. And I'm talking about she helps you understand the good, the bad, and the darn right ugly. And Debbie is just really, really, I've heard so much about her. She has supported me. She's in our Careers from the Kitchen Table book. Are you excited, Debbie? That's about ready to come out pretty soon. She's been at the Red Carpet Interview Secrets. And she is the dream expert. Her name is Debbie Spector Wiseman. She's the dream life coach, the author of several books, including 101 Dream Dates and upcoming adult coloring journal, Recipes of Living. So welcome to the show, my friend. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Tell us a little bit about how you got into wanting to be the dream coach, even want to be in a dream coach. The reason I say that, Debbie, because a lot of people, their dreams scare them. They're like, I can't even imagine hearing all these stories from other people. And I know you hear a lot of interesting things, don't you?
Yes. And it's really wonderful at this stage of my life to be doing something where I'm giving back to people by helping other people live the life that they love and understand themselves in ways they never could have otherwise, by really understanding their dreams. I like to say that the work I'm doing now is my third career. I came at this a little bit late. I spent the earlier part of my life as an author, editor, working in magazines and books. I wrote a number of young adult novels a number of years ago, and got totally burnt out at that. And then spent, and still do spend, a lot of time working with my husband. We have a film and video post-production company. And it was actually through that company that led me to where I am and led me to dreams. We got a job working on a movie called What the Bleep Do We Know? And this movie was one of the first mind, body, spirit movies to really get a wide following. And we came to the movie as uh, um, filmmakers, but I didn't know anything about the content of the movie, which was all about how you really can control your life. You have the power to change your life. And I had lived my whole life thinking it as being a total fatalist, believing that things were just the way they were and you couldn't do anything about it. And it was through the introduction to that, through What the Bleep Do We Know, that I spent a number of years just in learning all about myself. And also through that movie, my husband had the opportunity to work with other people who were making their own movies in that community. And one of them was a movie called Dreaming Heaven. And it was during the production and post production of that movie that I met a wonderful woman named Kelly Sullivan Walden, who is a dream life coach. She has been doing this for over 20 years. And it was through her that I got reintroduced to my dreams. I had sort of been into dreams on and off throughout my life, but never really paid attention to them in the way that she showed me, because she taught me that it's not only important to write down your dreams, remember them, and talk about them, but to understand them and to understand how they actually relate to your life. Because when you can put those two elements together, you can have remarkable changes in your life. And I studied with her. She had a program to become a dream life coach. I went through that program and had amazing life-changing experiences as a result. That's how I got to become a dream life coach.
Wow, you've done such a great job of what you do. Now, wait a minute, what's the name of your book?
Well, as a result of my work with DreamWork, I had given up writing a number of years ago. I felt totally blocked and felt I was never going to write anything else again. But in the course of taking this program, reignited my interest in writing. And I wrote a book called 101 Dream Dates: How to Say I Love You to the most important person in your life, you. And this was actually an outgrowth of one of the homeworks that was in this program, which was taking a dream date. And very briefly, a dream date is doesn't mean meeting the love of your life. It means actually meeting the love of your life, who is you. It's doing something by yourself, for yourself, that you wouldn't normally do, and something a little fun, little out of the ordinary. So you actually appreciate yourself in a way that you maybe never have in any other circumstance. And the more you do dream dates, and I suggest doing one a week, the more you do them, the more you really get in touch with yourself and really learn to love yourself all over again.
Absolutely. I love that. I love it. And I was trying to get your book pulled up.
Yeah, it's actually an ebook, which is available on my website, thedreamcoach.net. So and I take you through an explanation of why dream dates are important, how they affect you, why people resist them, and I'm the number one of resisting them, and also 101 different ways that you can do it.
101 different ways that you can do. Oh my God, that's awesome. Okay, we got to talk about nightmares, and then when you real quickly, maybe you can just tell them what the nightmares mean and give them a couple tips to handle it. And then next week, we'll make sure you're first. If you come back on, we'll go a little bit deeper on that and flip it to the good dreams. How about that? Okay.
Okay, well, first of all, one of my beliefs is that there actually is no such thing as a nightmare. Because even though we have dreams that maybe wake us up in the middle of the night that we think they're scary, they really hold deep, deep meanings that can be life changing if we pay attention to them. And there's certain themes that run through nightmares. A lot of people have nightmares about falling into, deep unknowns, or they have nightmares about being chased, or they have nightmares that involve death. And in all of these situations, what happens in the dream doesn't necessarily mean that that's actually going to happen to you. As we dream, we don't, the thing about dreams, our dreams come from our subconscious. And the thing about our subconscious is it doesn't speak English. It speaks to us in symbols. So all these crazy things that we have in nightmares are all symbols. And once we figure out what those symbols mean, how they relate to our life, it changes us forever. And very quickly, I'll give you an example of what I mean by this. I had a client who was, she had her own business, and she also was somebody, she was married and had a very, very, very hard time conceiving. She had several miscarriages, and finally she gave birth. She was able to carry a baby to term, had a wonderful baby son. And she called me up in a panic a couple of months, when he was a couple of months old. She had a nightmare that he died.
Ooh.
And was just panic stricken, like, oh my God, something's going to happen to him. And she was just really out of her mind, full of fear. So we
Wow.
talked about it. And to make a very long explanation short, it turns out that she had her own business. She was an entrepreneur, and she was had a very successful business, but was starting out a new venture with somebody new who she actually was looking forward to having a business with. But it wasn't, at the beginning, wasn't quite turning out the way she wanted it to be. And through discussing all of this with her, talking about her kid, talking about the job, I realized that what was happening in her nightmare was that this death that she was experiencing wasn't the death of her actual baby son. It was the death of this new business she was trying to create with this other person. And that it was time to let that go.
Wow.
And to make it very long story short, she cut her ties with this person. She went on with her business. Her business is doing great. It's better than ever. Her son is growing better than ever. And, you know, life is great. And if she didn't take the time to really dive into that dream, you know, who knows what could have happened.
Wow. Ooh, yeah, I know I've had some scary dreams. I
But next
really
time,
have. And
next time you have to talk about those and dive into
oh my God,
those.
yeah, absolutely. In fact, you know what I think we'll do next time? Next, and you can text me offline and let me know, because we'll start with you and we'll even invite a couple people in to talk about their dreams. And you, how about that? Okay, and you can kind of coach them. How about that? Janie, I'm going to let you tell us in 2 minutes your funny story, and then I'm going to let you close us out of here. But we'll only have a few seconds because I think they cut us off right at 90 minutes. Okay.
Okay. So you want to know the
come back next week too, because we flopped it. So why don't you guys all just come back next week?
All right.
Why don't we just do a do-over?
You want the quick Steven Tyler story, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. In a nutshell, I'm sitting at my computer one day going, how can I serve more? How can I serve more? And up pops this thing saying, Steven Tyler's Janie's Got a Fund, named after Janie's Got a Gun. Remember that song that Steven Tyler did with Aerosmith?
Mm-hmm.
Janie's got a gun. Well, now it's Janie's Got a Fund. And it is all to help young girls who have been abused and give them hope and that sort of thing. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm asking, how can I serve? And this thing pops up saying Janie's Got a Fund. So I'm thinking, and it's even spelled like my name. So I'm like, okay, perfect. So I start throwing out the intention of helping Janie's Got a Fund. All of a sudden, I find out that my backup singer, Rebecca Lynn Howard, is now been invited to sing with Steven Tyler in his new band. He's kind of gone country. The next week, I find out that my fiddle player, Janae Fleener, who also plays with Blake Shelton, is now playing with Steven Tyler. And I'm like, I throw out the intention that I'm going to help this fund. And now I've got my backup singer and my, the degrees of separation are getting smaller and smaller. Then to top it off, one of the girls in our mastermind is practicing being a medium. And she asks if she can practice on me. And she says to me, okay, she's talking about some people that might have been, like passed to the other side. And maybe my grandmother, message from so-and-so. All of a sudden she goes, Janie, I don't know why I'm seeing this picture, because like this person is clearly not deceased, but I'm seeing you on stage singing with Steven Tyler. I'm like, what?
Oh my goodness.
Like,
Oh my God.
4 things within a couple weeks. So I am now donating proceeds from some of my concerts to Janie's fund. And I have a really, really great thing that I can't talk about yet, but a plan for helping raise money for Janie's fund.
Oh, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Well, congratulations for that. You know what? That's how things happen, though, when you least expect it, and it can be kind of funny. And I guess dreams too, right? Dreams are kind of funny in a way too. And you're thinking one thing, right, Debbie, and then it's something else. I wish we had more time. We're going to have to definitely do a do-over. I just wanted to real quickly, if I can, let me see if I can do it real quickly. Quick commercial break, and then we'll come back. Because we got to go, my friend. It's been fun, guys. Janie, give us a song. Take us out of here. Hopefully it won't cut you off. They won't take you off of there. Give us fun. And hopefully you can come back next week. We'll start with you guys, and we'll make it happen. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. I love you too.
Thanks, everybody.
If there was only love, I'd do all the things that I've been dreaming of. And if I had no doubt, if all I had was time, I would climb the highest mountain I could climb.
Mighty.
Take a leap of faith that I always wanted to. I would spread my wings and fly the way that I was meant to do.
Thanks so
I
much.
would be strong enough
Listening to the Talk Show Maven show.
on my own love.
Janie.
We make all the dreams that matter come true. I'm gonna take the leap of faith.
And Debbie Wiseman.
I'm gonna take the leap of faith. I'm gonna take the leap of faith.
Thank you, Janie.
I was not afraid, wouldn't have a care, and I'd do all the things that I'd never dare. There were no regrets, no future and no past. I would live each day as if it were my last, and I'd take the leap of faith that I always wanted to. I would spread my wings and fly the way that I was meant to do.
All right, everyone. We'll see you next week. You listen to the Talk Show Maven Tonight Show. Beautiful song with Janie Lighty. Thanks to our guest, Ted Petromo, Debbie Spector Wiseman, Parrish Michelle Blair, Khalik Glover, my lover, and of course, Janie Lighty. Maven tonight, join us 7 p.m. every Thursday. We'll get better at this. We got the hang of it now.
Thank you, Raven. You did awesome.
Right, everyone. That's a wrap. We're going to go ahead and take us out of here. We will see you next time. Share this with a friend. Thank you, everybody. And we will see you next time. Thank you, Janie, for that beautiful song. And we're going to take us out of here now. And guys, go to TalkShowMagic.com and get your free ebook. Bye-bye.
Be sure to join us next week for the Talk Show Maven Tonight Show for more interviews, celebrity news, and business reviews, along with a whole lot of fun and surprises. Live each and every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific. If you would like Raven to help you create a powerful and profitable show around your passion or heartfelt message, simply give her a call at 800-431-0842. That's 800-431-0842. You can catch all of Raven's popular shows by going to facebook.com/TalkShowMaven Live TV. See you next week.